This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, early risers. The weekend now is over. Back to reality.
It is. It is Monday morning, 6 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. December 18th. John Scalzi is back from his extended sabbatical. Or so it
well
seemed.
rested, fresh,
Yes.
ready to go.
Yes, for about 24 hours.
Right.
Everything looks pretty good out there this morning, except for a little bit of fog. We do have a first alert weather morning called, but we'll be able to probably break out into some sunshine and lovely weather as we head into 9, 10 o'clock, maybe even a little earlier. We do have visibilities reduced east of the interstate to about a quarter mile or less in some locations, so watch out for that. Temperatures across the region are pretty nice, but boy, the fog is thick in places. Now, it kind of ebbs and flows, comes and goes, and even though you may not be in the fog at this moment, you may be in just a half hour or so, and then it may kind of lighten up again. So that's the way fog works around here. But the potential for the heaviest fog is located in inland areas where temperatures are a little cooler, in the lower 60s as opposed to mid 60s, which we have near the coast. Not much in the way of impediment to full sunshine later on this afternoon after the fog lifts, and expect to see daytime highs that top out warm in the low 80s once again. Complete forecast details in a few. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. Very unusual backup right now. Look toward the left of your screen. You'll see out there around Bradenton Beach, already congestion in both directions around the rotary there, around the historic Bradenton Pier. There it is for some reason. Otherwise, pretty clear in northern Sarasota County. Some slowdowns there around the 301-41 split. Also getting into Lakewood Ranch as well. And then farther south, we'll check that one all clear at 6:02 on your Monday morning.
Our top story this hour, the lights are back on at the world's busiest airport, but it may be quite some time before the operations return to normal in Atlanta. The power was off for 11 hours yesterday at Atlanta's Hartsfield Airport, stranding tens of thousands of travelers.
Yeah, the timing couldn't be worse during the holiday season, and as ABC's Candace Gibson tells us, an underground electrical fire is suspected.
Overnight, travelers trapped at the world's busiest airport.
It's a nightmare.
A massive power outage bringing Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport to a standstill. Some passengers stuck on the tarmac for up to 9 hours.
All the airlines that are canceled, they're saying that we have to leave the airport, basically. There are people here who have nowhere to go, so what do you want us to do?
Even the former transportation secretary grounded. Anthony Fox tweeting, "There is no excuse. This is insane." Shuttles and bus services transporting some passengers to the Georgia International Convention Center. The hours-long blackout caused by a fire in an underground electrical facility. The backup system also knocked out.
Because of the intensity of the fire, the switch which accesses the redundant system was damaged, which caused a damage to two systems rather than one.
Even with the power restored this morning, the outage has set off a massive ripple effect across the country, delaying more than 2,000 flights at the start of the holiday travel season. A perfect storm with a record 51 million passengers flying over the holiday period. That's a 3% increase from last year.
But the problem is Atlanta is the big hub for the Southeast and for Delta at least, and you can't go. You just can't go there.
I was going to try to get to Birmingham. I was going to try to get to wherever, nearby. Not.
It could take several days to sort out the missed flights, delays, and disgruntled passengers.
I think for airlines that are headquartered in Atlanta like Delta, it's going to have a cascading effect, and it's going to take them a long time to figure out crew schedules, putting the airplanes in the right place. There are going to be a lot of people who are going to be affected by this for a long time to come.
Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
So how has that situation in Atlanta's airport affected things here at our airport?
Let's go live to SRQ. Here's Marla Spence with details of this morning's flights. Marla, good morning.
Good morning to you, Ray and Stephanie. Although that 11-hour power outage is over now, it's still impacting flights here at the SRQ airport. Now, out of 4 flights leaving out of SRQ going into Atlanta, at least 2 of them were canceled this morning. Now, those 2 flights were a 5:30 flight and another at 7:50. Those flights were canceled. Now, those flights impacted are mostly with Delta Airlines. And as mentioned earlier on, the hub for Atlanta Atlanta for Delta Airlines is in Atlanta. So far, there's no word on if those people who missed that 5:30 flight and 7:50 flight, if they'll be put on another flight here at SRQ. That's some information that we're working to bring you on the latest. Now, so far with the arrival flights from Atlanta into SRQ, there are no delays or canceled flights for those Delta flights. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Marla. In Southern California, the Thomas Fire is continuing to spread. As of Sunday afternoon, it burned 269,000 acres. It's currently the third largest wildfire in modern California history. A total of 2 people so far, including 1 firefighter, have been killed since the fire started. Firefighters there are now helping families dig through some of the charred remains.
We knew the fire was close, and we knew it was close for the whole week, but you know, we really believed that it was going to be okay, and you know, this is incredibly hard to look at.
Now, the Thomas Fire is about 45% contained 2 weeks since it started. Firefighters say it'll be physically impossible to save every one of those homes. President Donald Trump is set to deliver a speech today outlining his national security strategy. The president is expected to lay out his America First policy. The LA Times is reporting, quoting National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster, says the plan will focus on U.S. military and economic strengths overseas.
President Trump said he has no intentions of firing Special Counsel Robert Mueller. Trump made the comments on Sunday. His transition lawyers say that Mueller's team improperly obtained thousands of transition emails during its Russia investigation. The president said he was upset about the situation and called it very sad. A Mueller spokesperson says they deny those accusations. Police in Chicago making changes now in the wake of some serious gun violence in that city. Changes include more officers, more training, and new reforms. The department has hired over 1,100 officers this year alone, and they're now also getting sensitivity training. The police superintendent says there are more changes to come.
This coming January, when the Safe Neighborhoods Reform Act goes into effect, which was another one of our successes this year, repeat gun offenders will begin to feel the full weight of their actions.
Last week, President Trump mentioned Chicago's violence in a speech at the FBI graduation ceremony. As Superintendent Johnson says comments like that are unfair, and the department is changing now for the better.
The Pentagon's secret UFO program has been revealed. The military spending millions of dollars to look into UFO sightings. Videos from American fighter pilots are now being made public, and they're raising a lot of questions. This mysterious black object spotted off the coast of San Diego by Navy fighter pilots back in 2004. Now, the goal there was to investigate it ending shortly after in favor of other high-priority issues, according to the Pentagon.
Something like this was a pet project by Senator Reid and some of his colleagues, something that they thought needed to be investigated, but the real question is, was it worth $22 million for 2 or 3 fascinating videos?
Former Democratic Nevada Senator Harry Reid, who helped secure the $22 million initiative, defended the spending. He tweeted out, "This is about science and national security. If America doesn't take the lead in answering these questions, others will."
Look at this video. 2 women in Florida caught on tape going in and out with a stroller at the grocery store, but guess what? The stroller had no baby inside. Police in Davies said the women were using it to hide stolen merchandise. A security guard uncovered the blanket to reveal the stolen merchandise. One of the women pushed the officer away and ran to a parked car. The getaway driver didn't get too far. He lost control of the car in a curve and crashed. They were taken under arrest shortly later.
A family is heartbroken after a loved one died following a cosmetic procedure in South Florida. Mother of 2, Kizzy London, traveled to South Miami from Louisiana. Now, she went into cardiac arrest during a cosmetic procedure that she was having done, was taken to the hospital where she later passed away. Her family is now searching for answers.
They brought her in. He said, but she was dead when she got here. I said, they didn't tell me that. They told me she was all right.
Now, the surgeon in that case, he released a statement saying that he's been practicing for 40 years. His practice defended him, adding thousands of surgeries have been done under his surgical expertise. He's kept a clean record of no losses. The incident has impacted him greatly, and he sends prayers to the loved ones of the patient. And a bizarre story out of Washington. The Trump administration is fighting back against allegations that they are banning the CDC from using certain words. According to the Washington Post, policy analysts in Atlanta had a meeting last week with senior CDC officials. There, they were reportedly told of the list of forbidden words, including fetus, diversity, transgender, vulnerable, evidence-based, and science-based. The Post reports that these 7 words and phrases cannot be used in any of the CDC's official documents. Health and Human Services say the report is not accurate.
Has the administration ever told you not to use certain words?
Absolutely not. Nobody's told me not to use certain words, and I've never told anybody in Treasury not to use certain words.
Now, in response to those accusations, Health and Human Services has released a statement saying, quote, the assertion that HHS has banned words is a complete mischaracterization of discussions regarding the budget formalization process.
I guess some call that fake news.
That might be some fake news, but
yes.
Strange story.
Is a strange story. Things have at times become so weird that even strange and bizarre stories are in the news.
Right. Any strange and bizarre occurrences going on?
I know climate change was asked to be removed at times from the
that's
discussion.
Yes.
I don't know. More evidence required, as they say.
Yes, for sure.
We have some changing weather coming up, I think. Changing for the better, I think you'll like. We'll talk about it in a sec.
All right, good. Also first alert traffic as well. And a dying man's unusual last wish came true this weekend.
Why it was so important for him to see the new Star Wars movie when we come back.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and 3-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-307-2040 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you the #1 mistakes retirees are making with their investments today, and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-307-2040 to have your free information kit rushed to your door. Again, that's 800-307-2040.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So until 9 a.m. this morning, we do have a dense fog advisory issued for areas basically east of the interstate, areas indicated here in kind of gray. So we'll call a first alert weather morning for you, especially east of the interstate, where visibilities could be reduced to about a quarter mile or less. We have some stations reporting in with quarter mile visibility, for instance, Punta Gorda, and areas here in orange have seen some reduced visibility as well. Though at Sarasota reporting station, the visibility is up from a quarter mile to now 7 miles. And that's the way it goes. Visibilities kind of ebb and flow, and the fog kind of breathes in and out, if you will. So if you're in the fog right now, you may not be in a half an hour. But if you aren't in the fog and you live inland, you may see some fog popping up before the dawn breaks and everything starts mixing and we get into some sunshine. 62-degree air temperature, dew point the same, 100% relative humidity, and I think that will kind of characterize the afternoons for the next several mornings. It'll be a little bit muggy out there during the afternoon time with some little bit higher humidity than would normally be seen at this time of year, but temperatures will also be much warmer than is normally seen. 63, Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka, Parrish at 62, so's Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch at 63, Sarasota at 62, Inglewood 65, Venice 65, and Northport at 64. Scanning radar not showing any kind of echoes around, and we're not going to see any rain today. In fact, we are in a prolonged period of dry weather. Not going to see much in the way of rainfall across most of the peninsula, but you get a little further to the north along a stalled frontal boundary that meanders across the northern Gulf waters, and we do get a chance at a little bit of spotty shower activity. Some of it a little bit heavier than in other places, like the Louisiana Delta has a little area of low pressure that's riding along this frontal boundary, so enhanced rainfall chances there if you're traveling today to that airport. Otherwise, things are pretty quiet across the entire nation. We've got some scattered snow showers along the snow belts of the Northeast and along the Great Lakes, and back to the west in the northern tier, we're seeing some snow showers there, some pretty heavy ones actually, and otherwise, things are just very, very quiet under the influence of a big ridge of high pressure in the south that extends across the state of Florida, and that's not going anywhere, which means our warm weather is not going anywhere. Mostly sunny, rain-free, patchy morning fog for the next several mornings, but warm weather continuing. With the light winds that we have today, boaters will see smooth conditions on bay and inland waters. Nice boating day. And otherwise warm conditions right straight through the week. And actually, if I took this out probably into next week, you'd probably see very similar conditions. Back to you.
All righty, it is 6:17. Here's a look at your first alert traffic. And we're going to start in South Sarasota County first. We're going to switch it up this morning. We're going to start south. Nothing much to see out there today. It's looking pretty good around those roadways. As John was saying earlier, there's a little bit of fog out there, so you want to be careful of just some of the patches out there. A little bit of a slowdown on Bee Ridge Road and a little bit of a slowdown north and southbound on 45 as well. And then in Manatee County, a little bit of a slowdown heading northbound and southbound on 301. So just leave a little earlier, but overall not too bad traffic out there. All right, next up, here is a story I think we both know that I can relate to a little bit.
Oh, yeah. It's a story about a dying man who wanted to see Star Wars this past weekend. So thanks to the New Hampshire Fire and Rescue officials, he did get his dream come true.
That's right. ABC's Tim Callery has the story.
Oh, my God. It wasn't your typical Saturday for Ron Villamere. The 69-year-old received quite the bedside visit from Darth Vader himself, who had a message for the lifelong Star Wars fan. You have been summoned by the Emperor. His mission, to get to the O'Neill Cinemas in Epping for a screening of Star Wars The Last Jedi. Ron was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer earlier this year. His daughter Elizabeth previously purchased tickets to the movie thinking he'd be well enough to go. But Ron's pain only got worse. He is now receiving care at a facility in Bedford. Elizabeth put out a call for help, sparking this online hashtag, Ron's Last Jedi, hoping someone could grant her father's one last wish to see the film. And her call was answered in a way that was out of this world.
I never would have believed it would have turned out like, I mean, this is incredible.
Ron received an escort by first responders to the theater, where he arrived to applause from a cast of characters from a galaxy far, far away.
Well, today was really a big community effort from the local fire departments to the movie theater themselves to even Chewbacca here as well.
Our role here is really to make sure he stays comfortable and is able to enjoy this experience.
Can't put a price on it, right? I mean, it's something that a need arises and all these people join in to want to make the thing happen.
O'Neill Cinemas donated theater time to Ron and his entire family so they could enjoy the experience together.
We're also big Star Wars fans, so we could help him, and I think that anytime you can help somebody, you should.
And although he's going through a difficult time, Ron says he is definitely feeling the force of good, thanks to everyone's efforts.
I hope that God will bless each and every single one of them just the way I feel blessed right now, because he's definitely with me right now, and it's just unbelievable all these people are here, and I thank God for Star Wars fans.
Well, you don't see a bed in a theater too often like that.
No, what a wonderful story, though. That is the power of that movie, Ray.
Apparently.
So many people, it's been a part of like our lives and like kids growing up. It's, you know.
I know somebody who saw it twice this weekend.
That's right. I might have contributed to this box office right here. 220 million was what the count is at so far. Now, The Force Awakens, the two movies go back in 2015. That's still the biggest one. Yeah. 248 million was that box office take. Guess what the number is worldwide?
450
million. That's
wow.
what it was. 450 million.
All right, still
That's
ahead
right.
on Good Morning Suncoast.
We've got your first look at some of the stories that are coming up later on this morning on Good Morning America. We'll be right back.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Make your holiday season extraordinary with a visit to your local Alfa Romeo dealer. Experience affordable Italian-crafted luxury and world-class performance, like our 2018 Giulia, just announced as the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. MSRP starting at $37,995. Or drive home in the 2018 Stelvio SUV. MSRP starting at just $41,995. Premium comfort and excellent handling, even in the most challenging conditions. Now's the time to shift into season and reward yourself this holiday. Come in and see us today.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
At Hear Care Audiology, we treat you like family.
It was almost like I did not know what I was missing until I had hearing devices put in. And now I can hear so much more than I could before.
Hey, how does it sound?
Oh my goodness, it sounds so much better. I can hear so much better.
Schedule your appointment today. Call 941-219-4071.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Hoping to show you a picture of a beautiful sunset from last night, but I'll describe it to you. It was
Okay.
yellow and it made the water look nice
I
on
think
Sarasota Bay.
those are some of the best sunsets that are out there.
Yeah.
And of course, we're always looking for your pictures as well. We would love to use them on the show. You can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Twitter, and now you can find us on Instagram as well. And then every day, Ray and I do Instagram headlines, updates, and I love our Instagram page because Chloe, who does our Instagram, she also does some really cool behind-the-scenes stuff too. So some behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on along here at the station.
Well, some tense moments this weekend at a ski resort in Pennsylvania.
Crazy story. Let's take a look.
In this morning's GMA First Look,
3/4 of the way up the mountain, approximately 20 people pissed.
these are the terrifying moments for a group of skiers stuck, dangling dangerously from their ski lifts at least 20 feet in the air. Take a look at these photos. Police say a malfunction occurred on a lift at Pennsylvania's Tussey Mountain Ski Resort. The resort telling ABC News one of its chairs slipped along the haul rope and slid backwards, causing a domino effect, sandwiching passengers, trapping them between the chairs.
My jaw dropped and I was like, oh my gosh, and I just sat there for a while and just like watched everybody and was watching the emergency personnel come up, and they were on the scene right away.
5 people were injured, rescuers taking up to 2 hours to lower them to the ground one by one. And at 7 a.m., we'll have more on the accident. With your GMA First Look, I'm Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
The day after chemo might mean a trip back to the doctor's office, just for a shot. But why go back there when you can stay home with Neulasta Onpro?
Strong chemo can put you at risk of serious infection, which could lead to hospitalizations. In a key study, Neulasta reduced the risk of infection from 17% to 1%, a 94% decrease. Applied the day of chemo, Neulasta Onpro is designed to deliver Neulasta the next day, so you can stay home. Neulasta is for certain cancer patients receiving strong chemotherapy. Do not take Neulasta if you're allergic to Neulasta or Neupogen, filgrastim. Ruptured spleen, sometimes fatal as well as serious lung problems, allergic reactions, kidney injuries, and capillary leak syndrome have occurred. Report abdominal or shoulder tip pain, trouble breathing, or allergic reactions to your doctor right away. In patients with sickle cell disorders, serious, sometimes fatal crises can occur. The most common side effect is bone and muscle ache.
So why go back there? If you'd rather be home, ask your doctor about Neulasta Onpro.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and 3-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-307-2040 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you the #1 mistakes retirees are making with their investments today, and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-307-2040 to have your free information kit rushed to your door. Again, that's 800-307-2040.
The savings are bigger than ever during the Big Finish event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get a brand new Jeep Renegade for as little as $15,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in a new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Or be one of the first to drive away in a 2018 Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
Season's greetings from ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Coming up this morning on Good Morning Suncoast, after the massive power outage at Atlanta's airport, we're going to check on the flight status here at SRQ.
Plus details on a weekend death in Englewood, one woman accused of killing her wife.
And the latest on the GOP tax bill that could affect your paycheck beginning next year. We've got those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us this morning. It is 6:31. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. That big week before Christmas, kind of a transitional week. Many are taking the week off,
That's
it
right.
seems.
That's right. Getting all that last-minute shopping done.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
You done your shopping yet, John?
No, I'll be getting my first minute of shopping done as we get into this week. A few things, but yeah, I'm a little behind schedule. Yeah, a little bit.
I get
it. A lot,
Yeah.
actually. A lot behind schedule.
Yeah.
All right, I play catch up this week. By the way, we have some dense fog east of the interstate this morning. First alert weather morning for us here on the Suncoast, especially east of the interstate where visibilities are down about a quarter mile in some locations or less. This area map of the fog locations show that it's getting a little bit better out there this morning, but still that dense fog advisory east of the interstate is in effect till 9 a.m. Temperatures across the region generally holding in the lower 60s to mid 60s in inland areas, mid 60s along the coast. Cooper, our weather watcher in central Sarasota, our youngest one, reports in at 63 degrees, and Richard in Northport has 58. Lots of sunshine coming your way, boosting temperatures to a warmer than average low 80s again today. Should be a beautiful rain-free afternoon. Complete forecast details in a few.
All right, thank you, John.
All right, thanks to John. Now we're going to take a look at your first alert traffic. We want to take a look at, first let's go to Manatee County right here. Not too bad. We've got a little bit of a slowdown there on 41 southbound and a little bit of a slowdown both north and southbound on 301. Heading into northern Sarasota County, it's looking actually pretty good right there. You've got your usual slowdown at University Parkway, but not too bad. And then in South County, let's take one more look at the map down here if we can. Go into South County, and that part is looking fabulous out there today. All right, Ray, what you got?
Well, certainly a travel nightmare yesterday. The Atlanta airport, the busiest airport in the world, was shut down for 11 hours when a fire was found in an electrical situation below ground yesterday.
That's right. Our Marla is out right now at SRQ Airport to see what's going on out there and what the delays are and how they will affect us locally. Marla?
Yeah, Stephanie and Ray, many travelers looking to get into Atlanta from SRQ are also being impacted by that 11-hour power outage at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Now, although the power is back on at that airport from yesterday's outage, it has impacted at least 2 Delta flights that were scheduled to fly into Atlanta this morning. One was scheduled to take off just an hour ago, and another was scheduled to take off at 7:50 this morning. Now, there are 2 other flights departing SRQ going into Atlanta that are not canceled. Those are also flights travelers are expected to hop on that were supposed to fly into Atlanta early this morning. Now, so far, that outage is not impacting any of the arriving flights into SRQ from Atlanta. So travelers should be expected to head back into Atlanta on those flights, and that's some good news for them. So far, we're working on getting more details on if those flights will be able to, if travelers will be able to book other flights throughout this evening. I know there's 2 other for 12:35 and also 3:55. So just a big travel mix-up for so many looking to get into Atlanta ahead of the holidays. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Marla. Indeed, bad timing at the airport.
It is, especially around the holidays.
Yep.
Well, Congress is heading towards a vote tomorrow on a bill that would be the biggest revamp to the nation's tax code in almost 3 decades.
But how will it affect you? ABC's Arlette Saenz has some specifics.
President Trump says Republicans are days away from delivering the biggest Christmas gift for the American people.
This is going to be one of the great gifts to the middle-income people of this country that they've ever gotten for Christmas.
But who exactly will benefit from the GOP tax plan? The bill slashes the corporate tax rate from 35 to 21%, a win for big business. For the wealthy, it lowers the top tax rate from 39 to 37%. And for middle-class Americans, the plan doubles the standard deduction, but it caps combined state and local income and property tax deductions at $10,000. Previous analysis of the Senate plan found Americans earning $75,000 or less would pay more in taxes within 10 years.
This is a total betrayal of President Trump's economic populist message on the campaign trail. It's a huge giveaway to big corporations.
The package also eliminates the Obamacare mandate requiring individuals purchase insurance. Congressional analysis says that could lead to 13 million more people uninsured. Last week, 2 key holdouts, Senator Marco Rubio and Bob Corker, announced they'd back the plan. Republicans now believe they'll have the votes.
I'm confident we'll pass this bill probably on Tuesday. We were determined to get this job done.
But one key GOP senator won't be on hand. As he battles brain cancer, Senator John McCain returned home to Arizona, where he'll undergo physical therapy and rehab at the Mayo Clinic.
He's going through a very tough time, there's no question about it. But he will come back if we need his vote.
Senator McCain's office says the senator looks forward to returning to Washington in January. As for the tax bill, the president hopes to sign the package by the end of the week. The IRS says Americans could see changes to their paychecks early next year. Arlette Saenz, ABC News, Washington.
New details this week about the American soldier killed in an ambush in Niger. A military investigation has concluded that Sergeant Johnson wasn't captured alive or killed at close range, dispelling a swirl of rumors about how he died. Now, the report has determined that L.A. David Johnson, a 25-year-old sergeant, was killed by enemy rifle and machine gun fire as he fled that attack by an offshoot of the Islamic State group. Now, the attack took place October 4th. Johnson's body was recovered 2 days later.
Back in this area now, an update on a very unusual Englewood death investigation. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office has arrested this woman, 48-year-old Jessica Winkler, and charged her with murder and also tampering with evidence. Detectives say Winkler called 911 Saturday after she allegedly killed her wife at their home on Overbrook Road. Deputies arrived on the scene and found the victim, Rhiannon Leyendecker, in the bed of her truck, wrapped in a blanket. Detectives say Winkler shot and killed her during a dispute Saturday morning, then attempted to bury the body. Winkler is being held right now without bond. Other news now, last week's sewage spill in Manatee County is causing a health advisory today for swimmers around Palmasola Bay. State health officials issued a no skin contact advisory until further notice. The precautionary warning comes after a spill from the Manatee County wastewater system. People are at risk of catching an infectious disease if they are too close to fishing and kayaking and paddleboarding on the water this week.
The decision was that, okay, things are starting to clear out. I'll take a run out and do some fishing outside the bay today. And with that said, not keep any fish for at least a couple weeks.
Yeah, good idea. Until the state gets some better test results back, they say they suggest you stay out of Palmasola Bay.
While you're out making those last-minute purchases or holiday gifts, John, Don't forget to shop local. According to the Small Business Administration, 99% of U.S. employer firms are small businesses with less than 500 employees. But one former small family-owned business based on the Suncoast, Tervis Tumbler, is celebrating big national success. The company says it works hard to create a quality product that is produced in its factory in Venice, then shipped, of course, around the country. Now, each Tervis cup is touched by 20 people before making its way into your home. And Tervis believes that is what people keep coming back for.
We call those Turvomaniacs. They'll have cupboards full of Tervis tumblers. Every year they come in and buy one. They buy the holiday one that we come out with, the Christmas one, the seasonal one.
Right, we might have a few Tervis maniacs around here as well. Now, the company was formed by two engineers in Michigan back in 1946. Then in the early 60s, the Winslow family from Florida bought the company. It is now run by the grandson, Rogan Donnelly.
Florida's stone crab season off to a slow start. The Sarasota Herald Tribune reports that since the season opened in early October, crab traps have been mostly empty. State wildlife officials say the crabs are driven by cold fronts. There hasn't been a significant one yet in the Florida Keys where many crustaceans are caught. Hurricane Irma also rattled the Keys, leading some to blame the disruption for the season's slow start. Stone crab season ends on May 15th.
Florida wildlife managers are stepping up efforts to control the state's booming population of wild invasive iguanas. The Miami Herald reports that the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission has hired a trapper to try and control the iguana population on public land in the Florida Keys. It's holding workshops to teach homeowners how to trap and ward off those reptiles. Recently, there have been increasing reports of human versus iguana encounters. Iguanas have been burrowing into sewer lines, even appearing in people's toilets, which I cannot say would be a welcome sight.
Wouldn't make me laugh. Developers seeking to convert the Nokomis Inn and Suites Hotel into a residential rehab center are hosting a neighborhood workshop today on the proposal. The workshop is not a public hearing. It's an opportunity, though, for neighbors to hear more about this project and offer suggestions and also raise concerns if they have some. Before a special exception is granted, it would be subject to public hearings both before the Sarasota County Planning Commission and the Sarasota County Maine Commission.
And of course, for the latest on this story and much more in local and breaking news and weather, you can download the updated version of our app. If you've got an iPhone, just head over to the App Store and re-download our app. You can look for WWSB or you can look for My Suncoast. If you're an Android user, you're all set. You're going to get that update automatically.
And we are all set with the weather right now, John Scalzi.
Yes, sir. Well put. We're looking at some very pleasant weather for the next really week or even more.
This forecast.
Do have a little bit of patchy fog around, though. We'll talk about that in a sec.
All right, sounds good. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we've got the latest in your first alert traffic. And a 10-year-old boy from the UK has successfully crowdfunded over $13,000.
What he'll do with all that money when we come back.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Make your holiday season extraordinary with a visit to your local Alfa Romeo dealer. Experience affordable Italian-crafted luxury and world-class performance, like our 2018 Giulia, just announced as the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. MSRP starting at $37,995. Or drive home in the 2018 Stelvio SUV. MSRP starting at just $41,995. Premium comfort and excellent handling, even in the most challenging conditions. Now's the time to shift into season and reward yourself this holiday. Come in and see us today.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Selfless service is the guiding principle of every Army National Guard soldier. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. To be an Army National Guard soldier is to serve something greater than yourself. Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we'll call a first alert weather morning, especially east of the interstate where there's the chance of some patchy dense fog across that region. Visibility is reduced to a quarter mile or less, so we'll watch for that. Although it's not widespread, it certainly is around, so you may want to allow yourself a little extra commute time this morning. As far as the conditions across the region, well, generally they're improving. We've seen some half-mile visibilities down around Punta Gorda increase to about 2 miles, and some quarter-mile visibilities in Sarasota increasing to 7 miles now. So the situation is getting better. It will only continue to get better as we head through the morning and get a little sunshine around here. 62 air temperature, 62 dew point. When temperature and dew point are the same, humidity is high, and we have 100% relative humidity right now. Southeast wind has been light, but out of the southeast, it'll be switching around to the southwest this afternoon. Temperatures across the region, 62 Wauchula, 63 Arcadia, Mayaca, Lakewood Ranch, Parrish, Bradenton. That's a pretty general temperature structure for east of the interstate, around the 62 to 64 degree mark. And then along the coastline, 64 to 65 is pretty common. We've got 64 in Venice, 65 Longboat Key, and 65 in Inglewood. No rainfall across the region, nor do we expect any today or tomorrow or the day after, or the day after that. We are in a continued period of dry conditions on the Suncoast that'll probably continue into next week. We could potentially see a 2-week period without significant rainfall. A little bit of rain showers to the north of us, though. An area of low pressure kind of ripples along a stalled frontal boundary that meanders out into the Atlantic region. That's not going anywhere. It's stalled out, and it really will not impact our weather at all. We've got some snow showers to the north of us and also to the north around the Great Lakes. We have this stalled frontal boundary to the north, but our weather really is driven by this ridge of high pressure. With that in place, little chance of rainfall and very warm, mild afternoon temperatures. So mostly sunny conditions, rain-free skies, patchy morning fog, and then this warm weather to continue really right straight into next week. You look at where the cold air is, and it's locked to the north and the northeast, and also back to the west. It dives a little bit further down to the south into the Four Corners. But the jet stream is such that the division of this cold weather from our warm, lovely temperatures across the Suncoast will continue right straight into next week. As we head into next week, this jet stream flattens out and really divides the cold from the warm, and we stay in the warm. As far as the forecast goes for boating today, nice. Southeast wind switches to the west at about 5 to 10 knots. Light, smooth conditions on bay and inland waters and just a light chop. And the forecast for the week ahead calls for those mild afternoon temperatures in the low 80s under rain-free skies. Back to you.
Time now for a look at your first look traffic out there. Starting to get a little bit busy if you're headed into the Sarasota area from Palmetto, Ellington. You've got a little bit of a slowdown there on 41. Also a little bit of a background on Gulf Drive as well. If you're heading south, there's a little glitch there as well. If you're looking into North Sarasota, it's not too bad out there. The roads are running pretty good. Just a little bit of a slowdown again heading south on 41 and a little bit of a slowdown up there on Bee Ridge Avenue. And then in South County, that part is probably looking the best out of all of the areas of traffic. So just take it slow. You guys will get through it. That's been a look at your First Alert traffic. All right, in Health Smart today, there was a boy that did a little bit of a fundraiser. I kind of like this story. He's 10 years old and he's from the UK, and he has successfully raised over $13,000 for a prosthetic hand that will emulate his favorite character from Star Wars, Luke Skywalker. How cool is this? Cameron Miller, who was born without his right hand, says he is looking forward to receiving the prosthetic as he can't currently play with toys as well as his other friends or even play musical instruments. Cameron's bionic hand is the first to be medically approved in Europe and the U.S. and was developed by Bristol-based company Open Bionics. Check this out.
It works by reading signals from the user's muscles. So when you put the prosthetic on, there are little sensors inside the socket, and they're picking up little signals from the person's muscles.
Amazing technology. The CEO of Open Bionics says the company is hoping to make them less expensive so that more people can afford them.
Entertainment news now. Plans are taking shape for next month's Elton John Grammy Tribute Concert. Stars are lining up to honor him, among them Sam Smith and Miley Cyrus. Elton John has won 5 Grammys during his long music career, including the Grammy Legend Award. 6:50 right now. Up next, your day's top local news headlines. Stay with us.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
If high performance art is what you're into, look no further than Sunset Fiat of Sarasota. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability. Or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. No matter what your passion is, there's a Fiat for everyone. Prices starting as low as $13,999 during the Big Finish event. Going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
What if you had a medical emergency away from home?
My chest hurts. I can't breathe.
What you need is Mobile Help, America's premier mobile medical alert system. Most systems only work at home, but with Mobile Help, you get help outside the home with coverage nationwide on one of the largest cellular networks at the press of a button. Call the number on your screen for a free full-color brochure. We'll send you everything you need, including this base station, the patented mobile device, and the waterproof pendant and wrist button. You can also add the fall button that automatically detects falls and signals help. Call today and receive a risk-free 30-day trial. There is no equipment to buy and no long-term contract. For a limited time, you will also receive a free emergency key box with your plan purchase. Remember, Mobile Help keeps you safe coast to coast.
Call 1-800-916-8638. That's 1-800-916-8638.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And andservices.com. andservices.com.
Welcome back. 2 Sarasota flights to Atlanta were canceled this morning after a power outage at the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. An underground electrical fire grounded flights for 11 hours.
Plus, a 48-year-old Englewood woman is in custody today after allegedly shooting her wife and trying to cover up the murder on Saturday.
And a neighborhood workshop is set for tonight in Nokomis over plans to convert an old hotel into a residential rehab facility. The meeting's tonight at 6 o'clock at the First Baptist Church on Shore Road.
All right, here's a look at your first alert traffic. Not too bad out there. Just a couple slowdowns to be aware of. We've got one that's on Holmes Beach Road right there, and another one that's on State Road 64 as well. And north and southbound on 41, there are a couple stops in that one as well.
It's a first alert weather morning for dense fog in inland areas east of the interstate, but I'll tell you what, that should probably be decreasing as we head into the next couple of hours. We'll have that up until about 9 a.m., that dense fog advisory, but we will also be seeing some improving conditions across the Suncoast as dawn breaks and things start to mix away. Over the next several days, daytime high temperatures will be in the low 80s, so well above average for this time of year by about 5 to even 8 degrees. And nighttime lows will also be warm. But over the next several mornings, we do have that chance of some patchy fog around, so we'll be watching for that. If you extended this out into next week, we're probably looking at a Christmas in the 80s.
Oh, that is so beautiful. I've got my oldest daughter is coming down from Michigan to take a look at that. So
she will love that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Look at this. Shoppers got quite a surprise by a Salvation Army bell ringer in New Hampshire. Bill Higgins brought his pet goat along, Abner, to help drum up donations. Higgins says it's his way of giving back. He has 2 other pet goats, but he says Abner is the most social. Great conversationalist.
Right, yeah.
He also takes them to hospitals to help cheer up patients there as well. How can you turn a goat down?
That is right.
You can
they
find change.
They are service animals. They are.
Is that right?
Yeah, they do. They've helped kids with stress and anxiety over the years. We've done some stories with goats, in particular, yes.
I can see that.
True story, true story.
I can see
They'll be in airplanes next then.
They
right?
will. Yeah, especially if you're heading in around Atlanta.
Yeah, Mom grew up on a farm and she had a goat as a pet and absolutely loved it.
They're good.
Yeah,
they're
pretty.
sweet animals. They're sweet animals.
They don't get along well with Linda Carson, but otherwise,
the only one that doesn't is that one goat.
That's right.
Pushed her down. You see this video?
No, we need to see that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Beautiful
that's
shot of dawn breaking on this Monday morning. Glad you're with us, folks.
That's right. Thanks for watching. Stick around. Good Morning America is up next.